Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome to my channel if you're new. I'd like to thank everyone for viewing, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way out if you enjoy it, as it does help my channel, but more importantly, it circulates the video so others that need to see these messages can see them. I want to thank everyone for all your support, all the comments. I love reading your comments. I do read them all. I don't have time to respond to all of them, but I do read them all. And support in the way that you purchase my extended videos, my decks, whatever, donations. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I thank you all. This is a video around the full moon in Libra on April 16th, April 17th in Sydney, and of course it depends on where you live. It's going to be April 16th or April 17th. It is a full moon. It is in Libra. And we're going to start off, as I usually do, with giving you the lowdown on what the full moon is going to represent, as well as what house for each zodiac it's going to have an effect on. If you're not interested in that, then fast forward to the reading, because as soon as I'm done that, we're going to get into the reading, okay? I want to thank Yasmin Boland for all the moon information. I get that from her Moonology Diary, which is listed below with all the decks in the description box, okay? And what Yasmin has to say about this full moon in Libra is that it is a relationship-oriented sign. Libra is, okay? So this full moon is going to provide a yardstick for how well your relationships are going. Now, if you've been forcing a relationship, this might be the time it blows up. And if you're in a newish relationship, all is going well, now might be when you take it to the next level. You might be getting engaged, you might be moving in together. If you're in an established relationship, think of this as another notch on your relationship belt, okay? This year's full moon in Libra is extremely lovely. It takes place ahead of some beautiful and harmonious alignments between Mercury, Venus, and Uranus. So happy love events may happen quickly now. Romance is in the air, everyone. The only concern is that the full moon itself is clashing with Pluto. So if there are any issues in one of your most important relationships, then they need attention. There could be power struggles which get no one anywhere. So try to live consciously and intentionally. And if you're in a relationship with a lot of negativity, now is also the time to deal with that. But whatever happens now, it could bring about a crisis, okay? One that may prove to be healing one way or another. Pluto is also the detox planet, don't forget. So work through any toxicity now so it becomes easier to express your feelings. You may even want to give the person you care about a lovely surprise. Okay, so let's get into what the lunation means for each of the zodiac signs. So the first sign we're going to start with is Aries, and that is in your 7th house, Aries. That's going to be about your lovers, your spouse, your ex, open enemies, any sort of partner, including business partners, and cooperation and competition. Taurus, this is your 6th house, daily routines, including at work, and your health and duty. Gemini, it's in your 5th house. It will affect romance, creativity, kids, your own or someone else's, pursuit of pleasure, and love affairs. Cancer, this is going to affect your 4th house, which would be home and family, all things domestic, where you belong, and your past. Leo, this is going to affect your 3rd house. So all your communication, siblings, neighbors, quick trips, early learning, and education. Virgo, 2nd house, cash, property and possessions, values, including how you value yourself, Virgo. Libra, this is going to affect your 1st house because the moon is in your sign. It's going to affect your appearance and image, your self-identity, and how you come across to others. Scorpio, this is going to be in your 12th house, which is the deepest, darkest, most sensitive part of your chart. Your fears, your spirituality, self-undoing, withdrawal, secret or hidden enemies. Sagittarius, this is going to affect your 11th house. Friends, networks, social circles, the internet, hopes and wishes. Capricorn, your 10th house, your career and ambitions, how you make your mark on the world, and what you're known for. Aquarius, your 9th house. Study, travel, the search for meaning and to understand life, higher learning, spirituality, and dreams. And finally, we're down to Pisces, which is going to affect your 8th house. Joint finances, credit cards, debts, sex, anything you consider taboo, inheritance, and transformation. Okay, so now we're going to get into the actual reading part. I'm going to start off, I guess, with these cards here. These are the decks by Yasmin Boland as well. The first card out here is from her Manifestation Moonology deck, and it is the full moon in Libra, and it says, find a balance. Libra is all about balance. You see the scales in the background there. Libra is at their happiest when they're in balance, when everything in their world is in balance. Now this is the regular Moonology deck, and it says a win-win outcome is forecast. Nice. Which brings balance, right? Win-win. Equal give and take. Okay, now we're going to get into the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck. I want to remind you again that all the decks are listed below in the description box. Click on the title of this video to drop that down, and there's where you will see all the decks listed that I use, okay? Oops. These, I want to point out, did not want to be shuffled. So I don't know what that means for you, Libra, or for anybody out there with this new full moon coming in here. Okay, so your first card out is Waxing Gibbous 6, Action. Once I get all of these cards laid out here, I am going to get the timing of them for you, okay? And then we have Waxing Crescent 4, Self-Love. Ooh, nice. Then you have the Waxing Crescent 3, which is Growth. Growth is always good. Growth always brings newness and beauty into our lives. Definitely newness, though. Okay, and final card here. Oh yeah, Resilience. This always reminds me of the Eight of Wands. But resilience is not what the Eight of Wands represents. Well, it kind of does. Yeah, I guess it kind of does. But for me, the Eight of Wands is more about the end of a burden. It's about setting down a burden, a long-standing burden. I'm not getting that from this card, though. Okay. So now I want to get, put these in order based on timing, which is based on the moon on the card. Okay, so to put these in order, the first one would be the Resilience card, because the Waning Gibbous 5 falls on April 21st. Okay, so again, this is resilience. This is about, when you're resilient, it means it's like the Energizer Bunny. He keeps taking a licking, but he keeps on ticking. You know what I mean? Like, you guys have we all, really, when it comes right down to it, we've all been busting butt for growth purposes, for moving forward, for, you know, taking that leap of faith when we're guided to do so. We've just all been so very resilient. We've been taking our knocks, but we get back up and we go again. That's resilience. You just keep moving forward. And that's where you're at, okay? So that shifts into growth. because the growth is the waxing crescent 3, and that takes place May 3rd. Okay, so on or about April 21st, you may feel like you're being required to jump back into the ring, so to speak, if you understand what I'm saying. It's about, maybe you've had a rest, maybe you've gone through a growth spurt, maybe you've been through a dark night of the soul period, maybe you've been in the eye of a storm, so to speak. But right around April 21st, you're going to need to be resilient. You're going to have to get back up and go again, okay? But it's not necessarily in a bad way. It could be that you need to move forward in a good way, but say and maybe you got to move. So now you got to start packing. You see what I mean? But you're moving to a much better place. So it is taking you someplace good, but you got to get back in the ring. You got to start packing. You got to prepare yourself for the move. But whatever that is that's asking you to be resilient, it is going to bring growth, okay? And you're going to see a sign of that growth, some kind of a sign on or around May 3rd, okay? Now, the next card in line is the self-love card. Oops. Because that is a waxing crescent 4, so that would be May 4th. So whatever this resilience is, whatever you need to bounce back from or bounce back into, whichever it may be for you, the growth is going to bring about a greater self-love. And then, of course, we have the action card. This is a waxing gibbous 6, and this is May 14th. You will be taking action here. So, like I said, you know, an example here is that it's time to pick up and move. You know, you got, it's a lot of work, and you're tired. You've been busting butt, right? So you kind of maybe in that eye of the storm, and if you're in that eye of the storm, it means you're relaxing, you're recuperating, you're recovering, you're just taking a step back and chilling. And now it's like, oh, okay, now I got to pack everything up and I got to move. I'm not saying that's what it is. For some of you, it could be that. For me, I think that's what it might be. But for others, it maybe is just a situation that comes about that asks you to just be tough, hold strong, move through that, because it's going to bring growth, it's going to bring self-love, and then you're going to be able to take action on something in some direction. And we're going to get more cards here. So, but remember that part of this full moon in Libra is balance, but also a win-win outcome. So whatever this is, it could be between you and another person, this issue here, this event or situation, but it's going to bring both of you success and triumph. Okay, so let's clarify these cards. We're going to do so with the Light Seers deck. This is the holographic Light Seers deck, okay? Okay, first card out, on resilience and growth. You've got the 8 of Pentacles. So I feel like for some of you, this is something that you have been working hard on. It's like I said, it feels to me like you've been working. You've been in the trenches. You've been go, busting butt. And you finally get to that place where you can set it down and just take a bit of a break. But then you're being asked, pick that up, let's go again. You know that's what the ascension is all about. But like I said, it's taking you to, excuse me, a good place. This may be about communication. for some of you, because as you can hear, my throat is starting to frog up here. So, okay, this is something I feel like some of you have been working hard on already. And it could just be your growth, right? Your ascension. You've been working hard. And you have taken the steps. You've grown. You've raised up. You've elevated. This is another elevation, and it's in self-love. This could, for some of you, be in business. You know, if you're in a job that you can't stand, you get up every morning and think, oh, God, I gotta go to work again today. Maybe it is time. Maybe it is time to be a little resilient and tough it out just long enough till you get this new business off the ground. Because it looks to me like that will be coming. And by doing so, by taking the steps to make yourself happy, to rid yourself of a job, a place you're living in, a relationship, whatever the situation is, rid yourself of that negativity or that toxic environment and make the shift into something better. That is going to create growth for you. It's going to be a catalyst for growth in self-love, because when you love yourself enough, you don't allow yourself to stay stuck in situations that are toxic. So for some of you, that could be what this is about, okay? On growth and self-love. Look, the sun, the happiest card in the deck. When you do this and have that growth, it is going to make you so happy, happier than you've been ever, happier than you thought you could be. For me, this resilience card, yes, it is about being resilient, but it's about just holding on for just a little bit longer, because something much better is going to come your way. So it is about resilience, yes, but it's also about surrendering something. And I am going to get one of the surrender cards out of the deck here pretty quick. Self-love and action. Oh my God. 9 of Cups. I mean, does it get any better? Look at the colors in this. Look at the sun. This is the brightest future you could have ever imagined. It's bigger and better than you've ever imagined. When you take action, you are shifting yourself into wish fulfillment just by taking action. This is all about having to do something that isn't great, right? Because when you're resilient, it's about getting back up, keep going, keep going, keep going. It's not necessarily something you like doing, because you don't have to be resilient if you like it. You keep moving, you want to move. So this is something that you're not happy about over here. And you're being asked, or you're going through a transformation of a growth spurt as far as self-love is concerned. And when you take action toward that self-love, to do something that you would love more than what you're doing over here, you don't have to work so hard anymore. That's what this is. It's working hard. Thank you, Spirit. It's not about work environment. That message just came through, that this is working hard. This is what you've been doing for a long time, working so hard to make things fit, to make them right, to make them feel good, and they still don't feel good. So you keep having to be resilient. You keep having to pick up this load and carry it. But like I said, it also has created this growth in you. And because you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. And with self-love, you provide yourself with what you do want by taking action toward that which you like, rather than staying where you don't like. And that's what brings you all this bliss and wish fulfillment. Oh my God. Bottom of this deck, part of your overall energy. Look at this. King Midas. Everything you touch is going to turn to gold. It's the picture they're showing me in my mind's eye is, okay, thank you, Spirit. This is perfect. Look at, I want to compare you to compare these two cards. Look at, this is where you're coming from. That's where you're going to. Look at the difference between who you are and how you are. Look at even just your stance. Here, you're hunched over, your chest, your heart, you're depleted. But look at here. You raise up, you throw your arms up in the air, you're opening up your chest and your heart to the world. That is love and happiness, comfort. This is depletion. And it shows in the stature of your body. Ooh, this feels so good. Okay, let's get Gaia Oracle for you. I'm being asked to remind those of you that are in a relationship that's toxic. You already know it's toxic. You already know that you should probably be getting out of it, okay? So if you're in a good relationship, this message is not for you. This is for those people that kind of already know that it's been a lot of work to keep this relationship going, and it's toxic. You know it. Spirit wants me to remind you that taking action is going to bring both of you a win situation. When you stay in a relationship that is toxic for you, it's toxic for them too. If it's not working for you, it's not working for them. Guaranteed. Because if it's working for both, it's working. Period, right? So by staying in the toxic relationship, not only are you harming yourself and holding yourself back from getting together with that right person, but it's holding your other person, your partner, back too. I'm not saying you got to take the blame for that. I'm just saying, if you already know it's toxic and you need to leave and you haven't, you're not only stopping yourself from getting with that right person, you're stopping them. So the Spirit just wanted me to remind you that it would be a win-win situation if you both went your separate ways, okay? I don't know if I cut already or not. I always, get these messages and I start to give them to you and then I can't remember what I've done with the deck. Okay, so on the Eight of Pentacles and the Sun, you've got apprehension, moving out into the world, doubt and fear. Like I said, opening up to the world. That's this action card. But you have apprehension around that. You have doubt and you have fear as to whether or not you're making the right choice. And that sits on top of the Eight of Pentacles and the Sun. You can work hard and be in a toxic situation, or you can take that leap, even though you have doubts and fears, and move into bliss. Now this sits right below the growth card. Moving out into the world, even though you have doubts and fear, is going to be the growth required to take you to that next level of self-love. On top of the Sun and the Nine of Cups, you've got attachment, letting go, restriction and fear. Attachment. This is for some of you that are in a relationship that you shouldn't be in anymore, or just any situation really that you're fearing letting go of for whatever reason. We get comfortable. I get that. I've lived in this place for 4 years and now I'm having to move. And it's a little bit, in the beginning it was a little bit, ooh, I gotta move. No, I like it here, But now I'm excited. I'm eager to see what the universe is bringing, because I know that when something is taken away, it's replaced with something better. And this is an incredible place that I live in. So the next place is gonna be crazy, crazy good. And that's how you should look at this. This is going to take you to someplace much, much better. Okay, what are we getting now, angels? Okay. Island Time Wellness. So as we all know, full moons are all about, like I said, surrendering, letting go, moving on, right? And that's what these are saying. Move out into the world and let go. This could be in any area of your life, everyone. It doesn't have to be relationship, okay? Okay, we have talking, interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives, text, call, email, and hoovering. I hate that word on this card because hoovering is all about being scammed. It's about somebody sucking you into something. I don't think I've ever felt that's the meaning of this card, ever. And I don't feel it now. It's not that you're being conned, okay? For some of you, I think it's about maybe in order to do this, in order to let go of the apprehension and the attachment, you need to talk things out with someone. You know, whether it's if you're in a relationship and you need to get out, whether it's that or just a really good friend, somebody you know that's going to be honest with you and want what's best for you and will help you work through stuff, right? Sorry about the glare, guys. I've got a window up here and I've done everything I can to block, I thought, all of it, but apparently it didn't get all of it. I might be able to make a change here. Just give me a second. Okay, as you can see, I was able to fix it for now. As the sun moves, it may be a problem again. Okay, let's get a synchronicity oracle card for you. Teeny tiny cuts. Ooh, card 144. Live your purpose without dimming your light. When I created this deck, it was because I was seeing numbers frequently and randomly, but the same numbers over and over again. 144 was one of them, and so I asked my guides what the numbers meant. Whatever they gave me is what I put on the cards. Now, about half the deck has numbers on them. 144 is... Apparently, there's 144,000 light workers or chosen ones on the planet, right? So 144, they told me, means living your purpose without dimming your light. So do what you love to do. Have enough self-love to do what it is that you love to do. No matter what anybody else thinks, no matter what. Don't dim your light for anyone. If it's right for you, it's right for you. Period. Okay. So now we're going to get a Just Ask Oracle card. Financial reward coming soon. That could be wish fulfillment. That could be the Sun card. Could be both of them. This will make you very, very happy. And possibly allow you to make a wish come true. Maybe you want to buy a home. Maybe you want to move to a different province, state, country. But you need the funds to do so. Maybe you're going to win a lottery. But you are going to be rewarded for being resilient all this time. Your rewards are about to come in. Now I want to get a Divine Abundance card for you. Clearing, yes. As true offering arises, it becomes easy to let go. And you have that here, letting go. You start to trust that more will always arrive. You shift from mine to God's. Such freedom. That is so true. I actually have experienced this. When you let go and know that the universe is going to supply you with what is right for you in the moment, and you can let go, oh my goodness, life becomes so much easier. There's no anxiety. There's no stress. You just move where you're guided to move. And this is on top of living your purpose without dimming your light, and financial reward, and talking. Maybe you need to clear the air. Maybe there's something around letting go. And see, what I get from this card is you're feeling confined. Like you can't move. You can't, like somebody's locked you in a room. But you've confined yourself because fear and doubt is what's locked you in place. And you have trepidation when it comes to moving forward, moving out into the world and stepping outside your comfort zone or your box. And it's restricting you. There's restriction, there's confinement. And I feel like it's either another person that's making you feel this way, or it's you. The fear and the doubt. And it could go back to this resilience card because, after a long period of having to be tough and pick up that load and move a few steps forward, no matter how burdened you feel, and then you can sit down and relax. Oh, okay, I've got to pick that up again, and now I've got to, it can be depleting. But that's why Spirit wants you to let go and just move in the direction you're being guided in, because it's going to take you to someplace absolutely beautiful and emotional fulfillment. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now what are we going to get, angels? Okay, headed straight over here. Spirit loves this deck. So do I, actually. The Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. Okay. And you have repairing the veil. Forgiveness. Maybe that's where that conversation comes from. Maybe there's somebody that needs to forgive you, or that you need to forgive. Maybe you need to forgive yourself. Because that goes with the talking card, right? Maybe there's a message coming in for you that is an I'm sorry from someone. Okay, I'm going to read it from the book for you. And it says, forgiveness, making amends, recognition of our unity. Between us all is a thin veil appearing to be a space that separates us. We look through this veil and believe ourselves to be distinct from each other. We assume that our thoughts and feelings are our own. We see bodies and objects and the spaces between them So we engage the world in relationships between a duality of us and them. This veil serves as a mysterious illusion, making it so hard to believe in our inherent connection and unity. We can't always remember that what we do to someone else, we at the same time do to ourselves. When we claw at the veil out of fear, anger, jealousy, or resentment, manipulate another, misuse our power, or allow someone's actions to diminish us, we create a wound felt by many, not just those of us in the smaller direct relationship. Now, I want to point out that takes you to the Live Your Purpose Without Dimming Your Light, because it says, allow someone's actions to diminish us. That's what that means, right? Plus, there was something else in here too for your other cards as well. This is perfect for your reading. Now is the time to examine where your actions have caused difficulty or harm to someone else, and also where you have been the recipient of harm. Regardless of what side you're on, it's important to take responsibility for healing this rift by bringing love, compassion, deep listening, and presence to whatever is not in harmony. Do this for you and for your own liberty, as you become an unwitting hostage once you take the role of perpetrator or victim, both positions of weakness. Let go of all your resentments, know your part in the dynamic, and make the appropriate amends with that newfound wisdom and understanding. Healing, forgiveness, and mending what is broken in your world is a sweet, much-needed declaration of freedom. This card is perfect for your reading. Absolutely perfect. And I was reminded that in the beginning of your reading, I got a frog in my throat and I said, somebody has to communicate. And then you got the talking. And then this came out and talks about, clearing the air sort of thing. This is clearing. Like somebody needs to apologize to someone, or maybe you both need to apologize to each other. I don't know. Only you know the situation. But if it resonates with you, now you know how to handle it and how to move forward. Now we're going to get that dreaded Power of Surrender card, which is going to give you an idea of what it is that Spirit is asking you to surrender with this full moon. Okay? Oh my God. Okay. Surrender your fear of change. I don't even have to say it. I know you're getting it. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. Whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. Look at her on that horse moving toward the sun. Surrendering your fear of change is what's going to move you toward your emotional fulfillment and your happiness. Self-love. Self-love is going to help you rid yourself of the fear of change. Self-love helps us to rid ourselves of a lot of things. This reading is, I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, I want to get a message for you from Spirit here. This is the Soul Coaching Oracle deck, and this is what your soul wants you to know right now. Radiance. I am a radiant reflection of God's light. Don't dim your light. That's what this is about. Shine that light that's inside you and let it shine as bright as it wants to. Who cares what anyone else thinks? Be you, do you, and you'll be happy. You'll go places because you'll be rewarded for doing what Spirit wants you to do. Okay, I want to get one more card. That was going to be the last, but I want to get one more for you guys. I want to get a divine door card for you. Let's see what door Spirit wants you to move through. Ooh. Okay, thank you, Spirit. I was just reminded how your full moon deck, the deck, did not want to be shuffled, right? What's shuffling? Moving around, shifting, changing places. That's perfect. That is part of your reading, part of your message. Those of you that don't want to or are afraid to shift, to move, that's what this is saying. Move out into the world. There's a fear of moving and shifting and shuffling things because you're in your comfort zone, right? You get comfortable. That's what Spirit wants you to do. Make the change. Okay, beautiful door you have here. This is the door. And the message on the back from Spirit is the Odyssey. Take in the beauty of country lands and botany. Explore the wonder like a gypsy traveler's odyssey. Yes, move out into the world. How many times does Spirit have to say it? You are to move out into the world. Be like a gypsy. Be brave. Be adventurous. Do this. You're not going to regret it. You will be moving toward your happiness, your bliss, wish fulfillment. King Midas is your overall energy here with the full moon. You surrender this fear of change and make the moves and take action. Everything you touch is going to suddenly start turning to gold, and you will have a financial reward coming in for taking action. This is on the action side of the spread. The reward is wish fulfillment for taking action, for letting go, moving out into the world and living your purpose without dimming your light. Clear out what you need to and allow yourself to follow the direction that Spirit is guiding you in. This was an amazing reading. I hope it resonated for you. I hope it helps you. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.